The best podcast in the world. John Machota, Law Nation, Skywalker Steele. You know, that was bad. The best podcast in the world.
Nobody.
Yo,
Does it better.
Oh, man, it's good to have the whole gang here. They don't even come closer than close. They don't come closer than close. Law Nation, Skywalker Steele, John Machota. We have a lot to talk about. When I say a loaded show, I'm excited for this game. I think the players are excited. John, you were grunts on the ground, so we'll talk about that.
Before we do all that, I just want to let all the Philly fans in the chat know.
I ain't scared of you, mother.
All right? That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
and mods, let them troll today within reason, though. Within reason.
Yeah, let them have their shine. They'll be in today, and we'll let them get a little bit off. They start getting crazy, you're out of there.
You're out.
So as always, you know what, Scott, the person who started Brunts on the Ground, he was in the comments.
I think it's Kevin.
Shout out to Kevin for this. Segment. He made it hot. Well, Sky made it a hot song. What? You made it a hot line. I made it a hot song.
Okay.
Sky, he made it a hot song. You know what I'm saying? He made it a hot song. So we're gonna pass it over to our Brunt on the Ground. He's everywhere, man. John's been asking some great questions. He has the pulse of the locker room. John Machota of The Athletic. What's going on in the Cowboys world, the locker room, everything, John?
I mean, CeeDee Lamb admitted it, man. They were hanging out, having a good time. That's why they didn't play that first series Monday night. So yeah, CeeDee confirmed that him and George were out at this place. It's called the Red Rock Casino and Resort. So it's probably about I would say probably about 20-minute drive from the Strip, maybe 25, something like that. But it's probably about 8 miles from where they were staying. They were staying at this place called the Durango Resort. It's just funny to me because they stayed outside of like the Strip, probably on purpose, to try and stay away from this type of stuff. Especially with the key here is that you don't have to play the next day. It's Monday night, even though it is 5 o'clock there. But then they ended up going over to that Red Rock and hanging out. But it's just funny that CeeDee wanted to make sure that he clarified that those reports, and I don't even want to say reports because it's not. It's just people on the internet just putting out there that he was out early in the morning and people saw him puking because he was all hungover and that, and he wanted people to know that he can handle his liquor. That none of that happened. They made curfew. So that was pretty much. We thought that was the case. I didn't have It's hard to confirm all those details without someone actually saying it on the record. So he was willing to do that today. So that's probably the biggest thing come out of the locker room today. Before that, I'd say it was just that Dak with the hip issue. He said it happened early in the game and it was on a tackle. So he didn't specify which one. Maybe it was the one where, Max Crosby hit him from behind, knocked the ball out. But he said that he's dealt with way more soreness than this and that he wouldn't even have been on the injury report if it wasn't, on a shorter week. So he's good to go. Was a full participant today in practice. So that's obviously a good sign for him. In terms of other injuries, good sign that Donovan Wilson was a full go. Perrion Winfrey was a full go. Tyler Smith and Solomon Thomas has been limited, but I think that's a good sign because he didn't practice at all last week. So I think it's a good sign that he could be out there as well, dealing with a calf issue. Dante Fowler, Jadeveon Clowney, both limited, but they're both expected to play. And then Malik Hooker didn't practice today. He's been limited, but he's expected to play as well. So health-wise, they seem like they're in pretty good shape entering this 3 games and 12 days stretch here. So I think the biggest thing and the thing that's been a popular topic in the locker room is really just that this whole 12 days is going to tell you everything you need to know about this team.
Come on with it.
I mean, if you just look at any odds on any website, any Vegas odds maker is going to have 3 of the top 6 favorites to win the Super Bowl. The Cowboys play in the next 12 days between Kansas City, Detroit, and Philadelphia. So it'll be interesting to see how this Philadelphia game goes because I could see if they play well in this game, find a way to get a win, how maybe being on short rest and playing again, a few days later, maybe that's a good thing, Maybe they get some momentum going. Obviously, Kansas City isn't the team that we thought they were at the beginning of the year, but they're still Kansas City.
Right.
Detroit's not the team we thought they were at the beginning of the year, but it's still Detroit on the road. And Philadelphia's a Super Bowl favorite. So, I mean, those three games right there, it's good to be healthy going into that stretch because you're going to need everybody on board there. But practice today, they practiced outside in the rain, which surprised me because they're playing inside their next three games. But I think they just wanted to get the guys on the grass. And so, that's pretty much it. I'm sure there's some other stuff we'll get across throughout the show, but that's the main stuff.
Yeah, you said, I think on your report, Hooker didn't practice today. Is that correct?
Yeah, he didn't practice it. It's a personal thing. So not believed to be anything like serious or anything like that. But yeah, no, he didn't practice today.
No doubt.
He's been dealing with a toe thing, so he was limited on Wednesday, but yeah.
Man, good stuff there, John. I guess I wanted to ask y'all this. What's your favorite, before we get to this Dallas offense, and we're kind of going to try to go in order, what's your guys' favorite Philly Cowboys moment? It could be anything. What's your favorite Philly Cowboys moment? I'll start with you, Law. What's your favorite?
Oh, wow. Modern day time wise, because
I have one. I got one for sure.
Oh my gosh, man. It was a play. Damn, was that Romo or Dak? When Jason Witten caught the touchdown at the final minutes of the game and we won it.
That was Dak.
That was Dak.
Dak.
Yeah. That was the game that I remember. My brother was talking all type of noise. I got a brother that's an Eagle fan. And Dak went all the way down there and won it with a few seconds left. That's one of the most memorable games I can remember. And I can't even remember the quarterback because there's so many quarterbacks with the Cowboys with Tony and Dak doing that, Yeah. So that was most memorable for me.
What about you, Sky?
No, y'all go ahead. I'll go last.
Mine's probably that one that's right behind Sky. I just remember being at that game in that preseason. Or not preseason, I'm sorry, pregame when Dez and Malcolm Jenkins were going at it. Yeah. But I mean, that was pretty par for the course for Dez to do stuff like that to keep it entertaining. So that's pretty high on the list for me. And then I'm not saying like this one, like, because obviously like Jason Witten running with his helmet off is probably one of the most iconic ones. But for me, just in my time covering the team, and this is not anywhere, this should not be any high on the list, but a moment I'll always remember is there was this time, like right before halftime, Dak goes to go run in the locker room and he's almost to the tunnel and he doesn't have his helmet on. He's like, I got to go put it back. Because you just never know going in that tunnel against Philadelphia. Like he would not have done that anywhere else, but it was like, I better go back and put my helmet on because you just don't know if somebody might throw something at you or whatever like that. I just will always remember it because not being from Dallas, not really caring about the rivalry that much as a kid growing up in Detroit, there's just like little things that I've seen from being at the games and stuff like that, where you're just like, there's just genuine hate, And
yes.
The other thing I'd say is just that where the press box is in Philadelphia. I mean, the fans are right there in front of you, and I'm just always amazed at the Cowboys fans that go to those games in Philadelphia because it can be dangerous. Let's just be honest about it, Yeah, and then the other thing is too is that that always stands out to me is the fans that probably dislike the Eagles team the most are probably Eagles fans, and you see it. Like when things aren't going well, the way they scream at their own team and their own coaches and stuff like that, it's pretty entertaining. And because most of these like newer stadiums, they just keep putting the press boxes higher and higher up. But in Philadelphia, I mean, we're right behind, like in the lower bowl behind a lot of fans. And so you hear a lot of stuff, you see a lot of stuff. And so those games in Philadelphia are super entertaining. And then one time I was on the team buses. If you stay near the team hotel, if you don't want to take a cab over, Uber over, you can jump on one of the media buses that go. And I was on one of the buses that got egged before as you're coming into the stadium and stuff like that. So all my memories are basically in Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia.
Yeah. My favorite memory is another game. Well, the Malcolm Jenkins game. I just love that Dez had that energy. You need some of that. Like it's a lot of what Pickens brings. Just I said it earlier, and this is no offense. I'm not even gonna say it. You need somebody who's a little off. You need somebody who's a little that's not par. You know what I mean? I say when I'm talking to my kids, you could be a little retarded. I'm a little retarded today when I'm coming out and I'm a little crazy. I don't want you to be par for the court because you need some of that energy. But for me, I remember that Leighton Vander Esch game where he caused the fumble. Yeah. He was all over the field. That was a fun game. I think he had a tackle late in that game. Like they had a 4th down, so that was dope. For me, that was a fun game.
Someone mentioned that the game when like Amari Cooper went off. Well, I remember that a lot. Again, going back to Philly, I remember that series where I'm like, why isn't he on the field late? When they needed to win that game to make the playoffs. Like when I think of Amari Cooper in Philadelphia, like that one completely overshadowed it. Like I can't remember if it was Bryce Butler, but there was some other receiver that was going in. I'm like, why is Amari not back out there? Like, what are they doing? Like it was the drive. It had to be 19 because it was like basically Jason Garrett's last chance to kind of save his job for the next playoffs. And I just remember being like, why is Amari not out on the field right now? Like this is the biggest drive of probably the last 3 seasons, but yeah, sorry.
Funny Amari Cooper story. It's good. Everything good that he did. I'll never forget that Jets game. Y'all remember the Jets game?
Yeah. He said he took off or something like that. Is that what you're saying?
Or he was hurt or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
He just didn't sit, and we got beat by Sam Darnold. Oh my god.
Yeah. Sam's doing okay.
He's doing all right.
Sam's good now.
Sam's a lot better than I thought he was.
Seattle fan.
But yeah, just to circle back, it got to be the helmet-less game with Jason Witten, Dan. You know, got to be.
First of all, man, Eagles, man.
Yeah, you from that area, I guess.
Yeah, man. What's your favorite game? Like, no, this ain't you, Foots. My bad. It's just I don't have no favorite. F them with everything in my heart. If we're not blowing them out, I don't have a favorite game. Now, to answer your question, it's blowing their ass out in the playoffs. It's just that simple. We beat them in 2009. We beat them 3 times in 1 year. Listen to
good memories.
Good recall.
These games really matter. So I hate that. Like I want my favorite game to be when it really mattered, and that was the playoffs when we whooped their ass. But I hate them so much. I don't have a favorite game. Like I really want to embarrass them every time we're out. The reason why I'm excited because now I'm ready to talk about this game. My favorite moments from 15 years ago. This game chance to be a game.
Let me hear that wolf thing you got, man. I want to hear that again. You get it?
There you go.
Yeah.
I just like seriously, man. Like just watching them. You talked. We'll get into it and everything, but going into it, watching them, researching on them, we should feel confident about it. I know we talked about this the other day, John. We should definitely feel confident that we can beat this team. This is not this. You said it. They're not the same Lions, not the same KC, but we ain't playing them right now. This ain't the same Eagles team of yesteryear, and they are very beatable. And I'm not saying Cowboys gonna make the playoffs, but if they want any shot of having a good finish to this season, this is the type of game that can launch that. You don't win this game, you can pack it up. They're probably going to finish with a losing record the last 7 or 8 games of the season. You win this game, it would not shock me if the Cowboys won on the run. 1 game at a time, but this is a huge, huge game. And I'm not hearing nothing from Philly fans. Oh, well, it don't matter to us. Fine. Cool. We'll come out there and play like it then and watch your ass get blown out.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
I would be very surprised if it got blown out.
I would actually. They come out and treat it like it doesn't matter. And I know Philly fans ain't players, but if they treat it like we got room, we're cool. We got wiggle room. All right.
John.
I don't think that they'll be that way. I mean, especially because of that. It looks like they won't have Lane Johnson, Cam Jurgens. He didn't practice the other day, but he was limited today, I think. Yeah. He was limited today. Jalen Phillips was full, but I don't think they're going to have Lane Johnson. So I don't know. The other thing is the only reason I just don't think that they'll get blown out is because I don't think that they are content because they haven't really, they've won these games, but there's just like a lot of question marks about what they've done.
Let's get into it.
Mm-hmm. So that's the only reason why I don't think that they'll come in sleepwalking. You know what I'm saying? Let's
get into it because I got thoughts. Mm-hmm. And actually, you know what? No, we'll save. This is what we'll do. We're going to stay on part today. So what we'll do is we'll pair the Dallas offense with the George Pickens X factor, and then we'll go to what the film says. Sky, that you'll be up on that. I got a few numbers that I want to read on why this Philly offense is struggling. And there is a world, John, where things could get bad and ugly based on how it's been looking. And Dallas could start running away with stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that happened, but with Lane Johnson out, I've seen crazier things have happened. Let's talk about this Cowboys offense. So, fellas, you get a performance like the Arizona game where it's moving the ball, but it could have been better. And then you get the Raiders game. Where do you guys stand on just what this offense can be? What do you expect from it moving forward? Some of the things that they cleaned up after the bye, and this is open floor for anybody. What do you guys think this team needs to be moving forward, and especially in this game versus a good Vic Fangio defense?
Tell me how the offensive line plays. I'll tell you how the game goes.
Yeah, you got to control the middle of the field with this Eagles team.
You mean the middle of the O-line, the middle of the defense? Yeah. If
you look at every game they played, they barely scraped away with us. They barely scraped away with Kansas City. It went down to the nails with Los Angeles Rams. And every team that they played, the Rams, the Tampa Bay, of course, they lost to Denver. They lost to New York. It was a close game to Minnesota. And it was very crazy between Packers and as well as the Detroit. But all of those games, you saw idiotic decisions from the offense, going for it on 4th and 8 or something like that. I'm just talking about
their offenses, right? I thought Dan Campbell. Just put a pin in this real quick, Law. You're spot on. Dan Campbell called an awful game. But
awful game.
I watched the tape. He called a very bad game. Yeah.
So are the Eagles beatable? Yes. We just got to control and play sound football. But go ahead. I don't want to hijack that this segment right here.
Yeah, I think John is spot on. I'll add to the offensive line. That's what really needs to play at least decent enough. I don't think they have to be lights out because I think Dak shoddy and really Clayton Adams and Connor Riley, I think have done a really good job being unique in how they attack some of these premier rushers throughout the year. Now this Sunday is going to be different because they don't have just one guy. They got a bunch of dudes. But I'll add on to they have to be better in the red zone, and they have to start stronger. I think we started off the season with some decent starts, but lately it's been a little weird. They'll move the ball, get down in the red zone, it's punt or turnover on or kick and it's turnover on downs or 3 and out last week against a poor Raiders team. I don't think we've come out strong. So if they can be consistent in pass blocking for real, that's what I'm looking at. Be a little bit more consistent, just be decent enough, and then get off to better starts. The red zone stuff, I do think that's something we thought was a little wonky last month, but I think the red zone and getting off to a better start go hand in hand because they get down there early and they don't score a touchdown. I get the Eagles are going to be, if we're talking about the Eagles game, they're going to be tough to score on. But if you want to put this game in your favor in regards to game script, you want to score touchdowns and make that offense have to throw the ball or press a little bit because they have not been a good offense.
And they had success in the red zone when they opened against Philly. Particularly with, Javonte Williams running the ball.
They did.
But Carter was out. So how will that change? Yeah. Clayton Adams said today that they didn't really make any massive changes in the middle of their game plan when they knew Carter was out of the game, which makes sense because that's not how it goes in the NFL. Like there aren't usually these massive changes mid-game. They make like adjustments and things like that, but you're not just going to throw out your game plan because you're like, oh, well, their best player just spit on our quarterback and now he's out. So now we're going to change what we're doing. You've been working on what you were going to do all week. You're not going to completely change it up. And so that Javonte Williams stuff, I mean, if you can get that going, that would be huge for getting in the red zone and scoring touchdowns. Because, to Sky's point, if they get the ball, they go 7-8 plays, they get down to the 5-yard line and have to settle for a field goal. They can say whatever they want. There has to be a feeling of, oh, here we go again, and you don't want that,
Yep.
I'll tell you this. I thought Shoddy did his best job of mirroring what the Eagles were struggling with is one play looks like it's a run, then we can sneak the play action right behind it. He had that about 3 or 4 times this last game where he'll actually run the ball on outside zone, then we'll go back to the basket and actually throw the ball. And I thought some of that is what needs to happen this week.
One other thing I want to say real quick about the offensive line, there are going to be plays where obviously Philly, they're talented up front. They're going to get pressure.
Right.
You can't have the Max Crosby play against this team.
Mhm.
Like Dak can't. And there's nothing Dak can really do. He got hit from behind, but like you can't have those turnovers. They will not.
And he's done that a few times for Philly,
Yeah.
like a goofy
Right.
pick, a
Yeah.
fumble in the red
If you're
area.
gonna get sacked,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
one thing. Get sacked and then punt the
He's
ball
been
away.
Pretty clean. I mean, he was clean that last game. He's been tearing them up. I mean, now obviously you play a team so many times.
What was the game he threw like a pick to one of the linemen? They ran in it. I don't know, just like
3 years ago. That's what I'm saying from time to time. I mean, but he also threw for 403 touchdowns.
I think he won that game. Yeah, you're right, Sky. No.
Yeah.
No, you're right. That happens, but it didn't happen last game. Granted, did they have Nolan Smith in that game? I can't remember. I know there was no Jalen Phillips. You know, so what I'm getting at is both teams are going to look a little different. Just saying.
Precisely.
On both sides.
Oh, Jalen
Cowboys
Phillips
got
good.
some new dudes that can get after it. Eagles got some new dudes that can get after it. But yeah, you can't have that in general. He should have probably threw that ball away, tried to make a play. And Max Crosby, his motors runs hot.
I think Philly had 7 or 8 batted balls against Detroit.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, I think some of that was on play calling because what it was they had just stopped rushing Goff because they knew that he was just gonna 1-2 ball out, and then they were just timing it up and just Jordan Davis would just rush, hands up, Carter rush, hands up, because they knew they had a cadence on what Campbell was trying to do.
Right.
And so that's gonna be important. I think they need to take shots on these guys, bro. Like
you in my notes.
I mean, hey, still. Hey, bro, we do this. I do this for real. Yeah. I don't think they can. I'm gonna say this about this offense. I don't know if it's a lot of teams, John, on the rest of the schedule that can run with our receivers, bro. Like both of those guys. Yeah. I know we like Quinyon. I love Quinyon Mitchell. I'm not gonna be fake and act like he's not a great player. That kid is good. I don't know if he can run with CD consistently, and it showed the first game. CD really hurt himself on a lot of those drops. And with Pickens, I mean, that was Pickens. Well, let's transition to Pickens right now. That was hey, Pickens, nice to meet you. Hey, I'm Dak. No, it wasn't really like that. They had a training camp. But the point is, this is first game in the NFL with Dak Prescott. So it's a little quirky. You don't know each other now.
But it was a good game, though.
It was, Scott.
You know what I'm saying? Remember, he had 2 defensive pass interference penalties or 1 big one. I want to say
I don't know about the other.
He had 2 penalties. So say he catches those balls. I mean, we're looking at close to 100 yards. I think he had.
Pretty sure they scored on both possessions when he drew those. I think they got a field goal on one and they had a touchdown on another on both the plays, and they went to him.
He was comfortable targeting him. They were comfortable attacking. And this is what I appreciate about the game. And you said it. And we can transition to him, Philly defense, wherever you want. But when I'm watching them, most teams that have success on them with big plays, they're attacking these safeties deep. Now, you obviously have to block it up, but I'm with you. I think the mistake that the Lions made is they came out way too conservative. They tried to win quick. I don't know if it was they were worried about the pass rush or whatnot, but Goff was looking like a robot. Just all right, we're gonna 1-2. We're going here. We're always going here.
And that's where the batted balls came from. That's where
batted balls come from.
I mean, but they were all, and if you look at the route combinations, everything's tending in. Bro, attack these dudes deep. Like I respect what Quinyon Mitchell is. Quinyon Mitchell is not. He's not Darrelle Revis. He's not Deion Sanders, and I don't think he matches up well with Pickens, in my opinion. To be honest, so if you get 1-on-1, I don't give a damn if it's Quinyon Mitchell or if it's Dory Jackson. Let's attack these boys deep, man. Make these safeties have to think with these combination routes.
Talk about in my notes, boy. I said, boy, Dory gonna have to show me
by CD Lamb last time.
He gonna have to show me he didn't been in the DB lab or something, because the ball is going to you, brother. You know, I agree. You got something, Law?
No. It was a game in this situation where those DBs were getting cooked, and it just he cooked.
Yeah, your boy got cooked. Quinn got cooked, whoever that is, and they're the Eagle fans.
And then they keep talking about Cooper DeJean and everything on that last play. It was like, hey, he got cooked, and I can't wait for this thing to come around. But yes, they do have reinforcements as it relates to Jalen Phillips and Jalen Carter. All of the Jalen's. It's Jalen's versus Tyler's now because they got a Jalen on every side. So I think that, like you said, you can't double team everyone. And that George Pickens, come on with it, man. Give that man the ball in space. Give him some slants. Give him some 50-50 balls, which I think is more so 70-30. Man, this guy can just pull the ball out of the sky, man. I think that we're going to press it in this game.
So you guys see that sound from the sidelines thing that the Cowboys put up?
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know about you guys, but in the press box, we had the same reaction that they did on the sideline when he.
Did you see the defense going crazy to him with Pickens?
Well, no, I was talking about that one where he gets it and he's like at the 5.
And they're like, "This dude is crazy."
Like and I mean, I remember just sitting there with him. We're like, "What is he doing?" And there is at least one play every game where you say that, and then so it's like it's just funny to see the guys on the sidelines, like the defense is sitting there going, "What is that?" Like that one time where like he hurdles the dude, and then like 2 plays later he does that like jump where it's just like,
yeah.
George, what are we doing here?
He's a cat.
But John, he's second in the NFL in receiving yards.
Oh no! I'm not taking away from his game. I'm just saying he does things that like just make you laugh. Like he's like he knows that he's entertaining. Like that.
On that play, I swear to God, John, y'all gonna. I think he thought he could probably score. I swear on my life, like bro, because if you look, John, I know you.
Are you okay?
But he probably would have tried to balance on the guy. Like that's who he is. He's nuts. What about the catch out of bounds in the end zone?
Do you think that he didn't think he was getting 15 yards when he jumped on the goalpost? Like he knows exactly what was about to happen. It literally just happened the night before. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, he does this stuff for effect. I mean, he likes to entertain. You know what I'm saying?
He plays like the young bull with the Kool-Aid stains around his lips and the bacon neck t-shirt, and he go out there and playing free frog and he's just beasting everybody. You know, that's what he play like. He plays it like a kid.
And the thing is that I know that there's probably Cowboys fans that see him do some things. And they're just like, I wish he wouldn't do this. Or I wish he wouldn't do that. And I will tell you that when you're a coach, you walk a fine line because you don't want to take that away because that's part of what makes that player great, you know, and you have to walk that fine line. You can't sit there and you don't want to take that away from someone like him. And there were certain things like, I don't want to, I hate even saying this name because I don't think that they're the same type of players, but like there were just certain things with Dez where it's like, you need him to maybe not do this right here, but you also got to let him be himself because that's also what makes him outstanding, you know? So it is a fine line. This is the NFL. This isn't the local high school team where you're like, oh, that kid jumped on the goalpost. Well, he's not playing the next series, you know? I mean,
if Pickens didn't have locks, he'd have BDBs like Kevin Durant, man. He's all about ball, bro. He's just about ball, fam.
Let me tell you something. Kevin Durant is a great comp for him because KD the same way. Like he from my area. Like, he don't care about a shape up, the ball patch in his head. But when he plays basketball, bro, you can't stop it. And it's come to the point where it's hard to stop George Pickens. I did a piece on him where he's really,
when he's singled up.
But and this is the part that bothers me about our bro. What CD is doing is literally the reason why George is getting. He's just winning on end breakers. Right. And Dak is like, okay, y'all want to be dumb and roll your safety every play to 88. Cool. Slant, stop it, slant. And somebody made a great point. He won on 3 different types of slants, and it's like, okay, this is getting scary. He won on a 1-step, he won on a 3-step, and then he won on like this little end breaker dig vibes. It was dope. I'm like, yo, these guys are really getting on the same page, and that's scary for the league. So, man, and John, watching CD today, he really wants George to be number one, be great,
flourish,
and he wants him to be here. Like this thought that I don't think it's anybody on this panel, but like these guys really want to play with each other. And you could tell they care about each other. And it's like big brother, little brother. It's dope.
Go off for drinks again. Go off for drinks.
Hey, bro.
No.
Michael Irvin had a house, Law. Didn't they say he had a house? They put him somewhere. Put him up.
Put him up.
What did you say, Scott?
No. Go ahead. Yeah, it's past.
Yeah, I just, I think that it's fun, man. And seeing these two guys together, defense is and I did want to spend a little bit of time on this Philly defense. I do think they're good. I think it's a different type of rush that you'll get. So where we've played ends that win on the edge, and Jalen Phillips has a lot of that, it's going to be a lot of A-gap, crush rush. And I think that's some of why Dan was just like, let's get the ball out quick. So I will be watching that. And they have good linebacker play.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get it out quick to Jahmyr Gibbs more often.
Yeah.
Those plays seem to be working just fine.
Yeah.
Maybe run those a few more times.
Yeah.
I mean, it had to be designed though, because they did it a couple times earlier in that game. It's just all right. He's running to the flat. There's two people over in the flat. Like they didn't trip up the Eagles enough to me, at least early. They got a couple things later, and then Dan just I don't know what the hell he was thinking.
The key thing though in that game is like obviously a big storyline in Philadelphia right now is their offense. Though, but the key thing in that game is that the offense didn't look great for Philly, but as soon as Detroit went down and scored a touchdown, Philly came right back, and that offense looked great. There is something about them that they do know, what they have there. It's not like it's completely like, oh, well, it's not working.
Talent.
Yeah. No, they have a lot of talent. There's no question about that.
I think he's going after this year. I think it's hilarious they keep going through these OCs. Just call Shane Steichen and get or Frank Wright or somebody that worked with him before, but that ain't my problem. But you're right. And we said this the other day. Even if this is a 17-16 type of game, lately for Philly, they'll get to the fourth quarter and it's just one play, and it's usually to Devontae Smith. Yeah, and it's a big play, and that usually puts the game away. So yeah, you don't want to get into, in my opinion, a tightly contested one possession game in the fourth. If that happens to be that way, fine. But I feel like they've won a lot of those type games. I think you want them having to play catch up against you at the crib.
Oh, no doubt.
Because we tend to keep our foot on the pedal in that manner. And then this new pass rush right now, it's not a plethora of defensive games. You talk about crush rush for them. The Cowboys have now developed a crush rush here with Quentin Williams and Clark, and then Osa, behind. Now you got these ends to help out there. With you talk about the X factor and George Pickens. Well, defensively, the X factor is DeMarvion Overshown. Yeah.
Save it, Sky. Let's talk about this. We at our 30-minute mark. I want to give you the floor, Sky. Let's get to Sleeper, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about really why this offensive Philly is struggling and how we stop it.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using the code HMA. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
Sleeper, use code HMA. And listen, make sure that you guys are downloading the podcast on Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast, that it could be Spotify. All podcast platforms, Sky. I'm a little tripped up right there. Google and then shout out to all our sponsors, man. Brunt, Sleeper. I put in some plays for Sleeper tonight, man. We should get a good game. I know it's Davis Mills tonight, but we should get a good football. We should get a good football game. Now,
before you say anything else, when you download Sleeper, $20 is added to your account from us to you. Come on with it.
How about that, Law? And shout out to Law's chain. Shout out to Law's shape up. God, that boy clean, John. He do it. He does it. Hey, Johnny, he does it, baby. When he shows up, he not in the juke joint no more. He's in the ballroom. He's in the building.
He knows the brand.
All right, here we go.
The upper room.
I want to give. So we do our film. What does the film say? I want to just throw a few numbers out. Because Sky, you do great with this stuff. I
already said some of it, but I didn't.
Okay, let me throw you an alley-oop. Okay. The Eagles' offense, 16th in points per game, about middle of the pack.
I thought we were going defense. My bad.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, do y'all want to go defense? Or do you want? Because I think the offense is 30 minutes. Why they're struggling?
You cool. I mean, I saw the Philly defense, so I studied the defense. Not that I didn't watch the offense, but that's where I thought we were going. So I already said half of my defense in notes. But go ahead.
Let's do this. Stay where you are on the defense.
Gotcha.
Is there anything else from Vic that you're saying? Because I know it looks like they just play it straight and just they don't do much. And that I've heard players say that's what gives them issues, that they keep it kind of base. What did you see from Vic? And
I actually think they rotate their safeties late. They do stuff like that. I think they play a lot of combo coverage. It may be basic to us, but I do think they do a very good job communicating. That's always Vic's strength, right? Mm-hmm. But for me, the real X factor is not the secondary against the Cowboys. Have arguably the best set of weapons from a passing standpoint in the league to me. So I'm not scared of a single secondary in this league. I think the Cowboys can compete with all that. It's the front seven. Like, that is it. You know, we talked about earlier what John said, hey, man, how is the offensive line going to play? They have to deal with the Ajomo, Davis, Carter, tandem, whatever. It's strength on strength, right?
Yep.
That's our strength and that's their strength. But if they can, keep them at bay enough, I do think that off. And that's even with having, suspect tackle play, throughout this season has been up and down. That's really the X factor for me. We kind of got hype about the secondary. That's because I know the Cowboys, skill players and Dak can eat all that if they get time, but they have to get the time, right? And you to set that up, you have to run the ball well, like you did in that first game. No Carter, I get it. Jordan Davis to me is having a really good year. He's
he is, yes.
One, if he's up there. He's up there with among the best interior one techs in this league right now, nose tackles. So you got to deal with them. Last thing, he gets a lot of batted balls. He really got about 6'6", 6'7" type of frame. He had the one blocked a couple field goals this year, like 2 or 3 field goals this year. So even when he's not getting home, you got to deal with that. So for me, front seven, if you can handle the front seven, including those linebackers, you can throw the ball on these dudes. They've been winning to me defensively. They've played so much better because their front seven has played elite the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, take what you can with this defense, and don't be afraid to run into A gaps. I think you can run at Carter. He haven't been as best as it relates to stopping that, but he is dangerous. He is dangerous because of what they do with that front, and like what Sky alluded to, Jordan Davis has been a monster down inside. But you got to somehow match their physicality by running the ball, control the clock, and I think that can give a little issue. Vic Fangio is a vision-based defense. He like to show you one thing and disguise it another way. But like you said, Sky, all it takes is a few hurry-up offenses. You know what I'm saying? Plays.
I love the way they play with tempo.
And you play with tempo versus the Eagles. Like I said earlier, 8 out of the last 10 games they won by one possession.
Hence, don't let it come down to one possession.
Don't let it come down to one possession. And they will take advantages of your mistakes. If it's a scoop and score, fumble, batted ball in there, they got guys that somehow got magnets in their hands that will take that ball. So you got to play a perfect game and score. Take the points. I want to just implant this into Schottenheimer's head. Kick the field goal. Don't worry about getting killed and saying, okay, we on our side of the field. No. Kick the field goal. Take the points. Go ahead.
I don't know, Jim. I might try to get a little aggressive early. Then I'm like, this.
Don't get Jim. Take the points, man. Take the points.
We're gonna revisit this one, Law.
Okay.
We're gonna revisit this one on Monday.
For me, the linebackers are really good. The linebackers are good. I got to give Dean has developed nicely, especially when he could play forward. Like, you got to think, playing against Goff, who's a statue, you're not worried about him sneaking out the back door. You could just rush and you don't have to worry about lane containment or anything like that because he's never going to sneak out. I think Dak for Dak not to be a runner anymore. He's done a great job of extending plays, and I appreciate that. His footwork has been really good. All right, Scott. Let's transition.
I just want to add real quick on that.
Okay, yep. Sorry, John.
This could be an interesting game for Jake Ferguson, and I just say that because you go off of these last 2 games that the Eagles have played. Key members of the teams they've been going against have been the tight ends that have been missing. The Lions did not have Sam Laporta. The Packers did not have Tucker Kraft, and so those are key parts of those offense that when you talk about those linebackers, they're not having to worry about those guys because they didn't play in those games. And so they are going to have to face Jake Ferguson, and he's kind of, in a way, become a little bit of a forgotten guy. I know he had the touchdown Monday night, but with everything that Lamb and Pickens are doing, you kind of forget about him a little bit. And so he could be kind of a sleeper pick to have maybe a big game.
That's a good name, and I think there's a high-level conversation that should be being had with him that's not, and it's the low-level conversations that I think are a bit irresponsible. But he's doing what he's asked to do. Yeah. What he's been asked to do wasn't what he was asked to do in week 1. Week 1, he was getting up. He was getting them seam shots. He was getting the ball. They're not even asking him to run down anymore. They're asking him to chip, play tight. He's basically the dump off outlet guy because you're having some tackle issue type things, and they're getting CD and Pickens involved in the intermediate deep game a lot, and they're just it seemed like they're eliminating that aspect over the last month or so for Jake, and I think it's a little weird because when you got CD and you got Pickens, I would be trying to take advantage of the middle, but I don't know if they are confident just quite yet in their pass protection to do so. So I'm with you. I think that's where the vulnerability is in his defense, actually, is the middle of their defense, whether it be overalls for wide receivers or the tight end. I wonder how much they'll use him because they haven't done it. They just have any tight end, not even just him. No tight end has been going across the middle of the field lately, and I think it's strange.
But you know what? I'm just going to say this before you go again. 53 on their team. That guy, he's the specialized weapon with 3 sacks for the season, 58 solo tackles. He's the guy. He's the neutralizer. I think he's probably one of the highest graded guy on their team from PFF. He's the guy that you got to control. 53. If you can fool around and slow him down, now he do have, I believe, about 12 to 13 missed tackles for the season. So he's like a kamikaze type of guy. But he's the equalizer. You control him, you control this game. As a matter of fact, that one forced fumble, I think it happened week 1, by the way.
That's a great nugget from you, Law. I mean, wasn't he on like the Saints and just like a special teamer or wherever he came from?
He came from nowhere. I don't know what happened.
He wasn't a bad player in New Orleans, but he was not. He wasn't.
That goes to show you, man, different players. I mean, I look at him. There's a player, Nate Landman, who's playing with the Rams right now. He was kind of a cast off where he was at his original team with Atlanta, and now he's with the Rams, and he's all world at linebacker. So it's just schemes and what you ask these guys to do.
Also, you're playing behind those guys.
Yeah.
That matters.
That matters. That helps.
We need Logan Wilson to be our bond. Then come on, Logan.
and you know what? Hey, we're gonna talk about it. I think that if he sees it, he'll be fine because we're about to talk about it. So let's get into this offense. I just want to set the table here. This Philly offense is very interesting. Jalen is interesting in the sense that early on, I remember we were talking about the first game. I was like, I wonder how Patullo does. Remember that conversation I had with you, Scott? And I was like, I don't know if it's going to hit now week 11. I'll just tell y'all from coaching, when you are what you are on that side of the ball, like that's an off-season thing. You don't fix that. You don't fix some of those issues in season. You just don't have time.
We can come at their coaches, right? But
we can come at their coaches, Scott. Let's do it. Scott with the dig. No. Hey, Scott, I promise you, what some of the stuff they got going on, because 16 points per game, 25th yards per game, that's bad. With those weapons, that's bad. But here's the one that's just awful, where it's like, I don't know if he understands game plan. I don't know if it's Nick telling him exactly what to do. 33% on third downs, that's 29th in the league. So when they're on their third downs are awful. So in other words, you get them the third and distance, even third and 5, they aren't good. They're just not pressing the right buttons. Before I let you go, Scott, one of the biggest things that I see on film is these guys' run schemes is not hitting the same. And it's some of it's personnel and some of it is just the scheme is now you're literally doing the same things that you did 2 years. Like I could go back to film when Micah was here, 2 years ago, and they ran that play where they mesh it. AJ Brown comes across the formation like a split zone, but he's coming underneath the formation. They just dump it off to him. Well, they tried that against Detroit. It was like a 2-yard loss.
They spammed at that. Y'all know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So the scheme, the buttons being pressed.
Yeah.
And the Sky's point, they never go under center. Just doesn't look good. Like it's just
doing
not
more
hidden.
now, but it ain't. Really
but it's not hidden though. You know what I mean, Sky?
They don't do it. That is not who they are. To me, I would have. I could say it right. I would have fired that offensive coordinator a long time ago. Seriously, like
that's his boy.
He might or get demoted. Didn't they do that with they did it with somebody before? I think the
this is an interesting case. They don't want him calling plays. They don't want Sirianni calling plays.
else do it.
Well, let Big Dom call plays.
Let Big Dom.
I mean, he's got a headset on. He's already right there. Let him call plays. The city loves him. He's all these rings.
Whoever's responsible for this scheme needs fired. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Or needs to be demoted.
With those players,
I can't believe I'm about to say this. They are missing Kellen Moore, dog. Like, I don't even know how I'm saying this behind.
Kellen Moore.
Let me tell you why.
We've come a long way, Scott, haven't we?
Let me tell you why they're missing Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore did too much, but he needed somebody to reel him in to say, hey, we got to do we can get away with some basic stuff and then sprinkle in your creativeness. It ain't got to be nothing crazy. Kellen, they did that. Kellen was doing a bit too much, and old boy said, come here.
Yeah.
We got that guy back there, the best offensive line. We got a scheme. Let's do this. They don't have any creativity. They're stagnant. It looks like a slow offense. They're not blocking well. The guys are banged up, injured. I don't think the dudes are bought in.
It's the defense,
We talk about our defense not being brought into Eberflus. I don't think they're bought into this guy. We know one guy ain't. We know AJ Brown is not. Might not even be bought into his quarterback. So
this would be a great game to start reading some books.
Yeah,
we can bring that back.
Yeah,
you got a lot of issues over there. So I mean, don't become the offense where they find their defense, where they find themselves. Just don't let that happen, because I get it. They just played two really good defenses in the Packers and the Lions. Those are some talented defenses. But I tell you what, the Cowboys they have an infusion of talent. Yeah. So this is not the same defense earlier. And I think we all kind of agreed with the influx of talent, specifically Quentin Williams and getting Logan Wilson, this defense was going to be better than it was the first 8 weeks just because of that alone. Well, we saw what Revel can do. We know Overshown he looks healthy. I love the quote. Can I read the quote that you posted on your article? Read it. And the reason why I love this quote, let me make sure I didn't get rid of it. And
that's super right there.
And I did. Here we go. So I guess John, or I'm not sure who asked. Did you ask the question, John?
About what's that?
About how he played.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said, quote, it's just being antsy, ready to play football. I think I was more so worried about showing my physical abilities than my critical thinking abilities and my processing of the game. I mean, this kid is everything. To me, I love the accountability of, I just was trying to go out there, run, hit, talk shit. He wasn't really, he didn't understand, like, oh, wait, there's that mental side. I bet. Fortunately for him in this game, the Eagles don't even make you think.
They don't.
He won't say this, but I'm also factoring in the Raiders. They're just the way that Raiders team plays, the way that the game was going. Yeah, it's lined up for you to take some chances and do some things. You're like, this team's not very good. Like, I think you'll see a much more assignment sound. You know, Schottenheimer pointed out about how there were some plays where Overshown's eyes probably weren't where they needed to be. Things like that. Right. I highly doubt that will happen against the Eagles.
Yeah, Russ is real though. He ain't played in 300 something days. That's a real thing.
343.
343.
He knows it exactly. He says it often.
Perfect team to get him going though. Perfect team to get him going to set up against this team, where he's going to have to chase Hurts around, because we know Hurts, man. I hope we get a little bit more physical with these guys, because you put not even pressure, you put mental pressure on Jalen Hurts. He's pulling the ball down. He's trying to take off. And that's where you want Overshown to be hanging around to chase him down.
And you got to disguise it. You can't give him a simple look, like you said earlier. Hurts, right now, he passing on blitzing, a passer rating of 121 when he knows they're blitzing, because you got Smitty, he got these big target wide receivers, knowing that you got one-on-ones to the outside. And that's what the Eagles been capitalizing.
He's actually struggling versus zone, which is... Which I looked up.
Keep them there.
That's why it's a great point. I wouldn't watch some of these pressures over this year with Jalen Hurts, to see where he was struggling. It is definitely with disguise. And it's so funny, because I went back, I watched the game last year, and then I watched the pressures this year, and I'm already missing them. But I was like, damn, this would be a perfect game to have Zimmer. Because Zim will show 6-7 guys at the line of scrimmage, drop two. You don't know which two. A lot of mugging the A gaps, pressure on the outside, combo coverages. He'll mix it up. And I'm watching how some of these pressures got to Jalen Hurts. It's similar. I'm showing you 5-6, or I'm showing you base and then I'm blitzing with the corner. You don't see it coming. I'm dropping with this and that. I'm showing different things. He doesn't see the field well. Even Eagle fans know this. Jalen Hurts is not a mental processing quarterback. He's very much a one-read quarterback. But when it's working and you got a run game and you got an AJ Brown involved, that's tough to beat.
Right. I wouldn't rule out Eberflus doing that. He showed some of that against the Raiders because he has Overshown now, and he has Logan Wilson now. Like had to be. He's not going to sit there and say this publicly, but there has to be a little bit of limitations with the guys he had to work with before having those players. And so because of that, because that's the thing with Overshown, like going back and watching his snaps, like you could tell it was like, okay, they're going to have him start. He's going to play alongside Kenneth Murray. And then the next group's going to come in on the next series, and that's going to be Logan Wilson with Shamar James. But then anytime they got in third and long or fourth down situations, here comes Overshown back on the field. And a lot of times he would get up on the line of scrimmage where you were like, oh, is he going to come on this? Or is he going to drop back? What is he going to do? And to your point, like, yeah, there's still a little bit of rust there, but I think every game that he plays, he'll knock more of that off, you know?
It ain't going to take long. Like you saw it in that game where he chased down one. I think is Rock who got credit for the tackle, but he was right behind him on
that tackle
on the sideline.
Right. Yeah. But I think that aspect needs to be a part of the DNA for Eberflus with this team. It might have been if you had Micah, because he's never had a guy like that, so who knows? But what is Eberflus is a lot more conservative and less unique in how he deploys things. I think he needs to get in his creative bag. Like you got Quinn, you got 3 defensive tackles that can get pressure. You have a DeMarvion Overshown. You got a damn deer out there at cornerback in Siobhan Ravel. You've got a safety who can't cover it worth a damn, but he can do some things around the box. Like you have to get creative with these guys, man.
Do you do this right here? Allow your defense to stay in those zones and still give you disguise and not load the box up because Saquon only have like one 100-yard rushing this year. Do you really say, all right, F it? That guy right there, Jalen Hurts, you beat us.
So
you beat us.
Very interesting.
Oh, of course.
You do it that way.
I mean, every time, but you may not even need to load the box a lot because they just aren't blocking it well.
I was about man. So Law, that's a great question. You actually are on to something. Here's why. I would do, Scott said, be creative. Don't throw one pitch, throw multiple. And I think that because with them, Lane Johnson being out, they already weren't, bro. They were, I got something. He was 1.3 yards before getting hit. So that's like Saquon. So before contact. So they aren't blocking it well. It was like 2.5 yards last year before getting touched. So he was clean, running through holes, all of that stuff. I think with Clowney and Ezaraku and like with Quinnen and the rotation at D tackle, I literally think you'll be fine planning out a base and just playing the run, how you play the run. And like we just talked about with Logan, if he's playing downhill, he's gonna make those tackles. Don't worry about that. The trick will be the back end. And like Scott said, do you want to just say, you know what, Hooker, this game, I need you to be a sideline safety. I need you to play on the roof. We're gonna bring Dono down. He's gonna come maybe rob the run sometimes, do some things. Like that's kind of where I would live. Because another thing is this: Carson has shown that like he'll break on those slants. If that's all you're gonna run to AJ, we're fine. That's all they're running. They're running stops and slants to AJ. That's it. They're running nothing else to that guy. Nothing.
Yeah. I was thinking about this. I think I would, man. They don't follow, but if I could, I'd try this. I think I'd put Revel on Smith in this game because I thought he looked fantastic in ball tracking. He has the speed, he has the length. And one thing we've seen Deron Bland kind of struggle with throughout his career is those kind of deep balls, specifically to Smith. I mean, I think Smith got him
finding in his tracking.
He doesn't track it as well.
He struggled against big boys like AJ too, though. So
but it's different, Law, because of the scheme that they run. Bland will jump those.
Are you talking about the Metcalf game?
I mean, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about this guy that played for I forgot his
Marvin
name.
Harrison Jr.
Oh,
that guy, as well as
I'm fair. That's fair, Law.
But
I see where Scott's going.
But Marvin Harrison Jr. was routing him up. AJ Brown's not routing anybody up. AJ Brown run 3 routes.
He does.
He runs a slant. He runs a go. That's all he does. And then a comeback.
Yeah, stop. Come back. Yeah.
And this is no knock on AJ Brown. I know he's a fantastic person, but they don't do anything with him. But Marvin routed him up, and DK is just a freak. So I would flip it because I'd rather, okay, if you're going to beat me down the field, just cut me to death. Because I'm telling you what's going to happen. If this becomes a tight game, it ain't AJ Brown Hurts has been going to. It's been Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
And
to keep that safety over the top on Smitty all times, Dan.
So, I don't want to get too far ahead. I'll wait till this game. I just think Revel. I just really think Revel can run with
Revel. Surprised, John. Let me ask you this: in the building, are they buzzing about Revel? Because Sky's absolutely right. He surprised the heck out of me, man. Like
first game.
This is why people had him in the first round. His ability to turn and run, even the penalty, it's like, oh, this might be a thing. Is there buzz in the building, John?
I haven't heard that much this week. I mean, it was similar to the Overshown stuff where they were just happy that they were able to get him out there and get him playing and stuff like that. But I mean, nothing negative. I mean, I've been pretty high on him the entire time. He wasn't ready to come back yet. But no, they obviously think a lot of him. I mean, it's not difficult to see a world where he's one of your starting corners next year. So I mean, to me, I think what you have in him. And even though, Bland has had his ups and downs, I think what you have there, especially now that you have a legitimate defensive line and pass rush. Yeah. Now do you think that you have something in Kalen Carson, or do you use one of those first round picks on another corner, So I think that's your question there, but that's what you're going to see play out here in the rest of the season. Now, because I certainly did not have Kalen Carson playing 60 snaps in that game.
Well, Sky, hey man, I got to keep doing this. Sky, you said it the Arizona game, it was a bad game, but Carson was on the field playing well.
Oh, he's better than Elam though, and
he's such a natural zone cover corner man too. I saw your film assessment on that. That was
no disrespect, but who else were we going to take him out for after that Cardinals game? I just don't know who you would put in for. Not Elam. I'm sorry,
not Elam. Not Elam. I know it's a few people on this panel who may not like Matt Eberflus, but man, when he bitched Elam, he gained a fan in me, buddy. I'm telling you, and it took him too long, but I don't care. Now, hey, I want to say this really quick. For the longest, this is what I wrote in my notes. I said for the longest time, Philly had a Thanos. They had a get out of jail card, and it was that run game, guys. When you could just hand the ball to Saquon, and then you had Hurts being able to pull the ball on those meshes, John, where he would just steal 15 yards and slide. And I'll never forget this. And Sky, we've talked about this play a lot. When they go 5 wide, if anybody, Cowboys team, they say they watch you, they probably watch Law because of his shape up. I get it. He's clean. But listen, I'm going to say this, John. Get this to the fans. Get this to the players. I don't ask for much. When they go 5 wide, they're not throwing the ball. They've done this literally for 3 years. This is what they do. Please screen record this, everybody. I love you guys. They are either catching it and Jalen's running a gap, or what they used to do with Kelsey. Well, no, with Kelsey, they would pull him and run pin pull. They will block down, pull Kelsey.
There you go. Not sweet, but yeah.
John, if they go 5 wide, if he's the only person in the backfield and they do it high red area, Hurts is getting the ball. Please pass it along.
Yeah, I'll tell Brian. I'll tell Brian tomorrow.
Yeah. Tell Brian, just nudge him like this, man.
Yeah.
And tell Matt Eberflus.
I'll tell it.
Yeah. And this would be the game, ultimate game, to really judge Matt Eberflus too, because he cooked last week, and I like that. I like this.
Hey, go on, get his ass out of here. I don't want to bring him back this year.
You don't want to bring him back? You want to learn something else?
We got to give him the rest of the season.
I don't got to give him a damn thing.
What we talking about?
What would intrigue you these next 7 games? Nothing would intrigue you.
Who you
Matt
talking
Eberflus?
Only Eberflus.
Oh, he's not going anywhere.
I know, but what I'm saying is I want him to.
What I tell you about talking about my coaching, Sky?
He said he can cook, Sky. He got some real cookware now.
Now listen, the only way I'll be bought in is if the players is like this, my guy type bought in type situation.
Yeah.
Because I don't unless Eberflus completely looks like a totally different person in the second half, for sure. But I'm not. He got a lot to go for me.
Hey, real quick on that. What players are like that nowadays? I can't even think of any.
who's all gun ho for their defense.
Yeah, for their coach.
I mean, shit, the whole offensive side of the ball for shoddy right now.
Oh, I don't think of it like that at all. I don't think that there's. I honestly, I'm not joking when I say it's just being around the team. I don't think it's like so crazy different than it was. Like I'm telling you, like I never got this. I understand Dez fires off tweets and stuff like that, but like I never got the sense that like Dak didn't like Jason Garrett or Mike McCarthy or guys like that or anything.
Ain't about being liked. I'm talking about how they're bought in. Like I listen to how Dak speaks about this. We heard what Pickens is saying. We see what they're doing. We see the changes. We see the differences, like that type of stuff. I listen. We already know there was issues. I do know there are players in that locker room on defensive side of the ball that wasn't jiving or not bought into the system. Now, obviously, you give him top players or any defense.
Oh no. There's plenty of players that are not happy with coaches. I'm saying that like. In sports nowadays, I just don't get the sense that coaches even sit like that anymore.
I
like
think
those days of the coaches being like, "This is my guy, ride for this guy." Like I don't really see that in all of sports anymore.
I don't need you to say this is my guy and ride for this guy or whatever. But I'm saying I know they're not or they weren't bought in. We'll see. We got 8 games.
Yeah,
they don't believe in this guy and things like that. But
yeah. Oh, there were clear signs on defense that they were not bought into what Eberflus was doing. There's no question about that. And I've never felt that way about the offense at all. There's no doubt about that. But I'm just saying, like, I just don't get the sense that any of these guys are like that really anymore. Like, maybe I would say, okay, so maybe like Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay. You know, I mean, there's definitely some, but most of these guys, I'm like, especially the highest paid guys, like they're getting their money, like, you know.
Oh, regardless, I see where you're going.
There's clear signs they weren't bought in. I need to see clear signs that they are. That's all I'm saying. If I see clear signs remaining the rest of the year, cool. Because we don't got time. We got like a 2 to 3 year window. So, and I've seen first year defensive coordinators go to different teams and flip the damn switch. So
I guess from my standpoint is it's just like, I hear a lot of those stories and maybe it's just because I'm cynical, but it's just like, okay, so at one point, all the guys are bought in and love Dan Quinn, and then it falls apart. And then he goes to Washington, and then they roll last year, and everybody in Washington loves Dan Quinn. And then, they're not bought in this year on Dan Quinn?
I don't think
you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just a lot of these storylines that get put out there where I'm just like, when things are good, people think everybody's like, and that's great.
Who was having conversations about not being bought in with Dan Quinn? No players were having those conversations. I don't know what's happening in DC. You can tell me, Footsdaking. I don't know if they're not bought into Dan Quinn, but I know they just took the duties away from their defense coordinator and Joe Witt. So, and Dan Quinn got them to the NFC Championship last year. So there is some realness to being bought into a coordinator. That's.
Yeah. No, you can be bought in. I'm just saying that, like, I just don't get the sense that there's just that many guys anymore that are just like, if you get rid of this coach, I'm out of here. Get rid of me too. Like those days are gone. I don't see that.
I see where you're going too.
No, not at all. But I did see the sounds of the sideline and CD man. I love him, man. Anybody love Flu? We'll just move on. We'll just move on, man. Go ahead.
I will also say, to be fair, I don't think that Matt Eberflus has got the same personality.
You don't.
Yeah. I can give you a great example myself. I'm too guilty of it where I feel like I do some things sometimes to make like, hey, I don't know. It doesn't feel like that person really likes me. I want to put in more effort. And then there's people that are just like, I don't care if that person likes me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that is Matt Eberflus gives that off way more than Brian Schottenheimer. Brian Schottenheimer is going to go out of his way. My guys show up late. I'm going to suspend them, but then as soon as they score a touchdown, I'm going to go over there and celebrate. Like every guy isn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's Brian Schottenheimer's personality that he's being authentic to. But like, I don't ever think that that's how Eberflus would been. And honestly, I don't see Mike Zimmer have been that way either. You know,
give me a coach as 2 ways. Either they're going to run through a wall for you, not just to it. Or if you ain't that type of coach, you have that genius level to you or diabolical type of level, mad scientist level to you. I don't think he's either. He's very reliant. This is very much like the Jason Garrett era, very reliant on his talent. And when he's had it in Indy and in Chicago, they've had solid defenses. So I'm not going to knock that.
Yeah, for me, nowadays, this is what I believe from just the things I've seen. Get the right kind of guys, players in the locker room. They're the ones getting paid. Let the coaches be the ones that give you the advantages. Like you got to feel like that coach is going to put you in a position to be successful.
Give you a position to win.
Yeah, and if you do that, and it's interesting too because there is a little brief clip of that in that I don't know. They do so many reality shows. I can't remember now, but it's the last one that they just did. And Jerry and Steven are sitting there talking about what they look for in a head coach. And they talked about being like the guy that builds the morale versus the guy that's the scheme guy and stuff like that. And I do think that there is some shifting going on there in sports where it's like, give me the guy that I know he's going to have my guys prepared and they will run through a wall for that guy, as opposed to, like
Mike McDaniels. That's who you're
there
talking
you
about.
go.
The opposite,
There you
right?
go. Yeah.
Very smart guy, but he is not motivating the flock.
Right.
I think it's more important to have guys like Quinn and Williams, like Dak Prescott, the guys that are in the building, all of them RBN overshown, that even in the offseason, they're always there. You know that these are guys that when it's time and it's in the big moments, they're going to be there. Those are the guys I'm fighting with in the trenches. I think that matters. I'm not saying coaching doesn't matter. It obviously does, but I'm saying that stuff nowadays, I think matters even more. The players behind the scenes, they're the ones that are getting all the money.
John, let me ask you this. I think you didn't come in to this point on Tuesday show. Schottenheimer, him being the head coach here, do he have more autonomy than any other coaches here or in the past by him being able to bench?
Every coaching change, we have that question.
Yeah.
By him benching CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens.
Nah, I mean, Garrett McCarthy could have done that. I mean, it's one series. They go 3 and out. It's not that big of a
not that big of a deal.
Nah, I didn't take that much out of that.
For a game, a series. Come on.
Yeah, no, the series part didn't. No,
I do like that he did it. I said that. I'm considering like he did. I'll say this.
Didn't Mike McCarthy do it?
I think he would have.
He thinks him and Garrett would have done it.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
That's big of a deal for a series. If he would have benched him for a game.
That would be him.
Now that's a whole.
Well, you know,
Parcells type of era.
Well, you bench him for a whole game. Don't worry about the players or the fans. The guy signing your check is gonna be real pissed off.
But that's to the law's point.
It's $130 million on the bench.
Yeah, that's not gonna. That just wouldn't happen. He would have climbed down from the suite and said, "Get in there, 88."
Man,
it's been a while since we've had Jerry on the sidelines during a game.
The only dude who would have been able to do that is Bill.
Bill.
Yeah,
that's the only one.
Outside of Jimmy, Bill Parcells.
Well, yeah, Parcells is the last. I didn't get to cover Bill, but from the people that I know that did, that he's definitely the last one that really had that type of say. And to be honest with you, Jerry hated it, and that's why he hasn't gone back to a coach like that since.
Yeah, and then Jerry bringing in Terrell Owens, and he said, "Oh yeah, you, I'm retired."
I'm not gonna call him Torello. I'm calling him the player. Yeah,
pretty much
the last time. And Jerry said, "Never again."
Never again.
Yep.
Fill me up like that. You got a lot of super chats, Foots.
No, yeah. Hey, listen, I was letting y'all go because it's a good conversation. People cutting up, man. And the super
get that Thursday night football. They getting Cowboys Collective tonight.
The numbers are great tonight, man. And I just want to say I'm gonna be fair, right? I pushed back when it comes to Flus. Now I think Flus has enough to make this defense look. It needs to look better. And so I'm watching these last 8 games, and I'll judge it based on that. So really good conversation from you guys. Really good conversation for today. If you guys are listening back to this, man, covered a lot. Make sure that you guys leave us a 5-star. That helps us in multiple ways. Let's get to these supers, and you guys enjoy.
Before you get to that super, I just want to keep this because I did a little research on it. The Eagles, when they win the turnover battle, they're 32-1. Since 2022 or something like that. So I mean,
you had to protect the ball
since Ertz been in the league. So y'all be careful. Win that doggone turnover battle too. Don't let them.
I was gonna ask y'all too, from a schematical thing and gamesmanship. Would you guys take the ball first or kick it to them?
Take the ball first. Try and score. Make them have to play catch up. Yeah.
Even with their offense struggling, John.
I want that ball in the second half, man.
Point, right? Like,
I would like to take the ball down the field, score a touchdown on the opening drive. I think that's the best possible scenario for the Cowboys. Now, you take the ball and you go 3 and out, or you get down the red zone and settle for a field goal. That's probably not going to be great. But if you can go down there and, I mean, like I told you guys before when we did the show before the first Eagles game, like Dak's super confident when it comes to playing this Eagles defense. He's played them quite a bit. So, and I get that same sense this week. So, I think that they would be very confident if they get the ball first to go down, score, take the lead.
I like to go for the 2-for-1 ski, get the ball, at the end, and then get it at the half. And I don't know, man. I feel like there's a new energy with the players defensively. So I would say, all right, Jalen, let's see what you got with this new front seven the Cowboys got, man. And I'm blitzing DeMar Van Overshown 3 straight damn plays. I'm just sending him right at Jalen Hurts early.
I'm
you going ultra aggressive. You just going
on
out
both sides of the ball. I'm being aggressive coming out the gate. I'm letting them know we are here to send a message. We're not just here to just play this little 10-7 game with y'all. Like, either we're going to run it, not run it up, but we're going to make you have to put your foot on the pedal, or you're getting ran out the damn building. Like, that's how I'm coming out. Like, there's no in between for me. I'm not playing,
especially if they try to play that game with us. We know if they start heating us up, and you got one-on-ones, Dak's getting that ball out quick to guys, so they can't play that same game that we could play with them because they haven't shown to get the ball out quick. And Hurts doesn't get. He comes off if it's one read. Once his eyes drop, he's gonna bail to the left. You got it.
If y'all want to see what I'm talking about, how I want them to deploy. Now, granted, there is no Voldemort from the edge. Right. Go watch the first half of last year's game. Okay. Go watch the first half and how Zimmer said, "I'm not sitting back." He sent the house so many different times, and they sacked Jalen Hurts 5 times in that first half. Wow. And he had a fumble, and then obviously Cooper Rush couldn't score a touchdown. But that's how I would come out defensively. Very, very aggressive at the line of scrimmage, try to confuse Jalen Hurts and make him say, "All right, look, if y'all gonna play this way, either I'm just gonna drop back and try to throw it up, or I'm gonna try to wait for other things to clear." Patullo ain't Kellen Moore.
As stagnant as that Eagles offense been, I want my defense out there first. And I'm always thinking, and I get your point, John, but I'm always thinking that I got a loaded gun in the pocket, because that dude, Brandon Aubrey, with that foot, all I have to do is get to the star. I think that if the Cowboys defense can force a 3-and-out real quickly, we will have all of the leverage, especially in the second half. And that's how I'm looking at it. We score, man, it's going to be a lot of pressure on that offense, because the Eagles offense been so stagnant in the last 2 weeks. That's how I'm looking at it, though.
Yeah, that's why I asked. It's a good.
Just be ready, though, when the Cowboys come down and score after the Eagles have been stagnant in that game, and then they put together a play drive, boom, 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 right down the field, because that's what they do. So get ready. That will happen.
They're not going to
There's a big sample size of them doing that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they'll be dormant for like 7 series, and then all of a sudden they're just like, all of a sudden something clicks in and they go right down the field. So
I mean, they're talented. They don't go scoreless. They will score points.
Yeah, they're not.
They'll probably score at least 17 points in this game. But you want to make sure that they're chasing that. And because if they can play comfortable, then Jalen Hurts won't take chances. He'll just run, scramble, throw it away, and be like, "All right, cool. We'll send our defense out because y'all ain't doing nothing either." Make him press. They always say make Dak press, and that's fine. You're right, because if you're down by 3 possessions, Dak is going to press. But I don't think you need to be down 3 possessions to make Jalen Hurts press. You just got to make him feel like, all right, we have to score because we can't get a stop on the other side of the ball.
Yeah. Man, Eagles week is going to be fun. First of all, love you guys. I don't think you meant to put an L right there. I feel we can make it a respectable run, but if we fell short, we will have a great defense for next season. Love Q and Demo coming back. Thank you, man. Thank you for this $20, man.
I've thought about that many a times in the last 48 hours about how, there'll be a lot of people down if they go and they lose 3 of their next 4 or something like that. But for me, it's big on how they finish this season, because you can certainly use that going into the following year. If all of a sudden, like, you just see steps each week that the defense is getting better, even if it's not leading to a lot of wins. And the reason why I'm saying is because they're definitely playing a harder part of their schedule. That does not mean that they can't use that stuff and build into next season, having 2 first-round picks. If they don't make the playoffs, I don't think that this whole season's lost. I think you can build a lot off of the back half of the schedule.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Completely agree. 40 for the Cowboys Collective. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. He didn't have much to say, Johnny. Just said 40 for the Cowboys Collective, and 40 much love to him, man. 40 burger. That's what we'll get this weekend, Sky. Yeah. And then the best podcast in the world, Chris Helms. Love you, Foots. Hey, man. Love you too, Chris. Much love to you, bro. You got me in the Cowboys content after years of talking heads. Thank you, Chris. And honestly, shout out to my colleagues, Skywalker Steele, Law Nation, John Machota. These guys do great work, and obviously John, one of the best writers. Literally the only. I don't want to say this on on camera because politics. But anyway, I'll just say this: these guys are amazing at what they do. So thank you for that, Chris, and thank you. Hey, listen, the numbers on the Thursday show, it's starting to get scary for these folks. I'm a competitor, and it's starting to get scary for these folks. This really is the best podcast in the world. So that being said, we went overtime. You guys enjoy Thursday Night Football. We will see you guys on Tuesday after the Cowboys win.
Cowboys 27, Eagles 17. And win, lose, or draw, I'm here for it all because the Eagles.
Come on with it. Yeah.
Oh, you got a prediction?
Always Eagles.
Okay. All right. They're saying that no way possible that the Cowboys can put 40 on them. And I'm sitting there saying, yeah, we will be able to put 40 on them, man. 40 to 27. Come on with it. Come on with it. Yeah. That's
a fun game.
Yeah.
24-17 Eagles.
It wouldn't be right if John didn't do one. And I'm gonna go.
I mean, they are the best team in the league right now. They're the Super Bowl favorites. I'm not picking the Cardinals here.
I'm gonna go 31-28 Aubrey walk-off field goal. They get in position.
Cardiac Cowboys.
High scoring game. All the talk about the offense being bad. They find their strengths, and we make plays when we need to, but they get maybe Saquon sneaks out the back door, something crazy. But we got Brandon Aubrey. Law actually reminded me of that, and he walks off with like a 50-yarder, and we win the game, and it starts our run. So
Dak Prescott 21-2 at the crib versus NFC East teams. Let them be 2-2-2-2-2.
That's a great number.
Hey, I see a lot of 41s in that chat.
Yeah,
put 41 on the Eagles. It would be kind of fun to see what they do going forward.
41 on Philly. I'm acting a fool on Tuesday. I'm acting a whole fool. In fact, y'all might read about me. Local Harrisburg man is found in jail.
John, have you ever seen those cartoons where that little feather just falling? Falling, it just land on something and it just cracks all together. That's who the Eagles are. Even though they're 8-2. It's a lot of turmoil there inside that Philadelphia.
I would agree with you.
Room. Yeah.
if they hadn't been in the position they've been for the last 6 or 7 years, where it's like they have been one of those teams that it's almost like in a way they don't have Patrick Mahomes, but like, are you really sitting here thinking that like the Chiefs are one loss away from like, oh, they're done? Because I know Vegas doesn't think that.
No, I feel like I said this to somebody the other day. If KC sneaks in the playoffs, I'm not betting against them. I probably should because they're not the same team.
Right.
But I'm not. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We will see you guys on Tuesday. We love you all. What a great show. Have a great evening.
I ain't scared of you, mother.
That Law. Well, I'm waiting on you, Law. You got to drop.
You're listening to nothing but the best of the podcast. Let's go, baby.
That Law. See y'all later.